Hey everybody, I want to talk to you about the project we're going to be doing in science for the next few weeks. We're going to be working on a flipbook about biomes. All of the information that you're going to need for this project is located here in this red folder. Notice that it's not in any of your weekly folders. I put it underneath the weekly folders because we're going to be working on it for the next 3 weeks, and I'm hoping that this will make it easier for you to find the information you need. Please don't try to start this project until after you've completed the Linktivity on Monday and Tuesday of this week. When you're ready to begin working on your project, click on this red folder. Here you're going to see 2 items. The first item is a link to the digital version of our flipbook. You have a choice about how you want to complete this project. You can either choose to do this digital version of the flipbook, which we'll talk about in a second, or you can ask your parents to come to West Madison and pick up a printed version of the flipbook for you to write in by hand and color. If you choose to do the printed version, make sure your parents come to West Madison and get the flipbook from the lobby in the next few days. You don't want to get behind working on this project. Let's take a look at what's in the flipbook itself. When you go to open this up, you're going to click on it, and you need to pop it out into a new tab. It's going to ask you if you want to make a copy of the document, and you should click the blue button that says Make a Copy. This is going to automatically save this document to your drive. Before you do anything else, rename the document something that's going to be easy for you to find. Like you could name it Samantha's Science Flipbook or Maya's Biomes Project. So give it a name that will be easy for you to find in your drive. Okay, next let's take a look at the instructions for our flipbook. Step 1 is giving you instructions on how to move around within the flipbook using these linked icons. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Step 2 reminds you to type over the red Add Text boxes with your own information. Anywhere where you see red text in the flipbook, that's a reminder to you that you need to write something in your own words. Step 3 asks you to insert images from the web to represent each text feature. This is an opportunity for you to combine the things that you've learned this year with Mrs. McCluskey with your science knowledge in the flipbook. So in our flipbook, we're going to be making and labeling maps, writing captions to go with our pictures and photos, and of course, writing true information in paragraph form. Okay, let's take a look at page 2. On page 2 of the flipbook, this is actually the cover of your flipbook. So here where it says by, you can highlight this text and put your name because you are the author of your flipbook. I'm going to type my name because I'm the author. Now remember how on the instructions page it was reminding us that we can use these icons to move around within the flipbook. So like, for example, if I want to go straight to the page about the tundra, I can click this and then tell it that I want to go to page 4. When I'm ready to go back to the previous slide, I can come here and click that and it'll take me back. Okay, so here we have a definition for the word biome. It's a large ecosystem that has its own kinds of plants, animals, and climate. This should be pretty familiar to you because you should have completed the Linktivity assignments in the Monday and Tuesday folder. And then it reminds us that the land biomes we've been learning about are the tundra, desert, grassland, deciduous forest, rainforest, and taiga. Now here's the part where you can get creative. You're going to be adding text to explain what a tundra is, and then add some quick facts about the tundra. These photos are a place for you to add images that will help your reader learn more about this biome. I'm going to make one video for each of these land biomes, showing you how to add the information that you need. So you should break up your work for this project and do a little bit at a time. Please don't wait until the very end of the time that you have to start it. That's going to be very overwhelming. Do a little bit each day. Okay, so this is how to get started. And now let's take a look at where we can find the information for the project. I'm going to click back and go to my materials page. I'm going to click on the Linktivity and pop it out into its own tab.
Let's learn about biomes of the world. Click on a biome to get started.
So this Linktivity has all of the information that you're going to need to complete this project. This Linktivity has all of the information that you need, but you are required to put that information into your own words. You are not allowed to copy and paste it and try to act as if you wrote the words that you didn't write. So in my next video, I'm going to be talking more about how to put the information into your own words using vocabulary words. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is the rubric. This is going to tell you how I will grade your assignment. Always make sure that you look at the grading criteria before you begin the project. So that's the second document here, Student Rubric, Biomes Flipbook. You're going to open it up. And then I always think it's easier once it's finished loading. Like with something like this, I would just download it so that I'm not trying to look at it in this squished space, but I'll leave that up to you. It's loading very slowly. Okay, so here for our rubric, it's going to show you the scores that you can get. So for each category, you can get 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, or 1 point. So you can get 4 points, which means the work is excellent, 3 points, which means it's good, 2 points, which means it's just satisfactory. It meets my expectations, but it's not amazing. And 1, which means you're missing some things and you might need to fix some things. You're going to get those points for each of these categories. So the first category is neatness and appearance. You definitely want to focus in on the highest score that you can get and aim for this. This tells us that your flipbook should be neat and easy to read. You should have your illustrations neatly colored with great detail. Now, this doesn't apply if you're doing the digital version. If you're doing the digital version, you're off the hook as far as coloring goes. The most important thing to me, I want to make sure that you have taken your time to make your flipbook reflect your learning. So read this statement carefully to yourself. It is clear that I took my time to make my flipbook reflect my learning. I should be able to tell that you did a week's worth of learning about biomes when I look at your flipbook. Okay, the next category is accuracy and completeness. Accuracy means all of the information in your flipbook should be true information. Completeness means you've done everything that was asked of you. Let's look at the highest possible score. The information in my flipbook is 100% correct. I've included many details from the link and think and have put what I've learned clearly in my own words. I have included information that goes above and beyond what is required. So when they say many details from the link and think, they're talking about this, the Linktivity. Okay, the last category is spelling and grammar. Your spelling and grammar score is going to be based on spelling mistakes and whether or not your sentences make sense, and follow the rules of grammar that you've learned with Mrs. McCluskey this year. I will make a quick side note to this, which is that I have already told you my expectation is that your information will be written in your own words. You are going to get a better grade, and I would rather read your own original writing with spelling and grammar mistakes. I would rather read that, and you will get a better grade, than read writing that you copy and pasted from somewhere else. I can always tell when a fifth grade student has cheated and copied and pasted their work from somewhere on the internet. I can always tell. So it's better to have some mistakes in your spelling and grammar than to cheat and get no credit at all. Okay, so this is the rubric, and we're going to come back and refer back to this as we work through each page, just to double check that we're doing our very best work. That's it for today's video. In our next video, we'll be talking more about how to complete each page in the Flipbook. One last reminder, this project is due on April 23rd, so plan your time accordingly and don't wait until the last minute to begin.